Yo, we got a video by Meezy. I watch his videos from time to time, but this is gonna be my first time reacting to it. YouTube has a favoritism problem. I remember this video from Corey though. But what this got to do with it?
You guys either play favorites, you are racist, or it's a mix of the two.
We all know how finicky content creation can be, specifically on platforms like YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch. You can literally follow all the rules and guidelines that you want to, but it just takes the algorithm not liking you or somebody taking advantage of the system, and then boom, all of a sudden your shadow ban, your strikes, your community guideline, your anything and everything that doesn't have you in the face of your viewers. And it's crazy.
Facts. On the sports channel, dog. I found me a nice little groove with the content on the sports channel. But bro, it seemed like when I was trying to like grind and get as much content out there as possible, that I'll be sitting at like 0 views. Like I'm like nobody saw it. Like then I figure something out and then it go back to the same thing. So it's like it peaks and valleys with it, the algorithm, bro. For sure. For sure. But you gotta find your own little groove, and then you know what I'm saying, you gotta pivot for it. But this is facts.
And it's crazy because all this hard work that you put into a video can get snapped away like Thanos is in the room. And it could jeopardize all the years of hard work that you've done, especially when you're on a generational run like friend of the show, Cameron. Now, shout out to Cameron because people aren't talking about his run in the commentary space. I mean, listen, he's on his way to 200K faster than anybody can blink their eyes right now. But he made a great video about the shape.
Yeah, man, subscribe to the camera, man. I reacted to a couple of his videos on here, bro. He got some good content. He got some good content for sure. He get a lot of flack. Well, he got flack for a couple videos about like black YouTube, quote unquote. And this one, I didn't even know bro was on that. I just thought he was a freaky frog. You know what I'm saying? Bro was overly horny, dangerously horny. And you know, but when I watched this video that Cameron posted, if you ain't watch it, you know what I'm saying, watch it after this one. Finish this video. But bro, a little strange. You feel me? This going past, you know what I'm saying, freaky frog. This something else. This something else.
About the Shay Frost and the things that he does in order to get views and get people to click, like, and subscribe on his channel. Ultimately, it comes at the expense of his family showing off their goodies. I'm trying to beat around the bush here because I don't want YouTube to come and do the same things to me, but you know.
Deshae Frost and his team are doing everything in their power to get my channel taken down. January 1st, 2025, I released a video titled Deshae Frost Has a Huge Problem, where I took a deep dive into Deshae Frost's content on his YouTube and on his Twitch. The overall point of the video was me fairly critiquing his content and pointing out the fact that he'll do anything for views. January 2nd, Deshae Frost reacts to the video on Twitch and he didn't like the video. So him and his audience mass reported the video live.
We're reporting that video. Report. This is harassment and bullying. This is harassing me. That I don't give a fuck. That shit harass me.
Deshae literally pulled a fresh and fit. Like he said,
Howard. So he calls you out for doing strange things with your family for views, and you say it's harassment and bullying. You posted it. You recorded, had your cameraman recorded, sent it to an editor, watched it, and said, "Yep, that's the one." Posted it. Drew up a thumbnail, all that, title, all that. Like it was plenty of chances where you could have been like, you know what, I'm crossing the line on this one. Crossing the line on this one. And you chose not to. So, and you posted it. It's there forever. This is your digital footprint. This is not harassment and bullying.
like he sent his audience to go mass report Cameron's channel and get the video.
YouTube channels made videos like slandering our name, whatever it is. Now they're mad that there's consequences of actions, bro. Y'all are not going to be able to run around and drag our name in the mud.
Now, ultimately, I do think Deshae Frost was joking here, but it's more about the system than anything. Yeah. Cameron goes on to detail how he went through the appeals process, then uploaded a more blurred version of the video, but literally that meant nothing to YouTube because 20 minutes later, they literally took the video down. What makes all this worse, and this is something that I think every single YouTuber—
I told y'all to watch it. Y'all can't watch it. I hope y'all watched it, bro, because before they, you know what I'm saying? Because I did look at Cameron page and I was like, huh, maybe he posted it on, maybe I watched it on a second channel or something. It's gone. I just had to put two and two together. You know what I'm saying? It's still kind of early. My son, all that. Feel me?
YouTuber has experienced before is that when they do stuff like this, I guess they don't realize it, but commentators take videos from other people's channels and put it into their video and give their own spin on it, their commentary behind it. So the timestamp in which they said that Cameron violated the guidelines is literally from a video that still exists on Deshay's channel to this day. And when reaching out to Team YouTube, they didn't give any clear answers. It was just vagueness upon vagueness upon vagueness. And 3 levels of vagueness, I mean, is just the most unclear thing in the world. Now, Cameron wants some clarification here, and I would too as somebody who uploads videos, because there can only be 2 outcomes because of this. Either it's the mass reporting or YouTube is showing its level of favoritism that it's had for a very long time. I don't think it's any type of secret that these systems in place, these different social media platforms have some sort of favoritism baked into them. Like, different platforms get different preferential treatment, full stop. I remember 2 years ago when Corey Kenshin came out with his video talking about how YouTube age restricted his video showcasing where he played a game, but when people like Markiplier or other gamers played the exact same game, literally they did nothing about it.
August 18th, I uploaded the mortuary assistant. I let you guys know it got age restricted. YouTube didn't tell me why. All these other YouTubers were playing the mortuary assistant, and only my video seemed to be age restricted. So I appealed the restriction, appeal rejected. They doubled down.
In Cameron's case, I think the mass reporting got more to do with it, because you just fed into that system a whole bunch of negativity. But this is something totally different. This is something totally different. It's something completely different. If everybody's playing the game, and I saw a trend there. Excuse me. How come his did? Like, this is a totally different situation.
They
Like, that's
doubled
so
down.
weird.
The policy team said, no, Corey. My YouTube rep, who isn't on the policy team, he looked at my video and he said it could possibly be this part at the end. So I go to Markiplier's mortuary assistant part 3, and he had the same situation going on, and his video wasn't age restricted. Let me send this to them and see what they say. What do you think happened after that? They removed my age restriction. Now, my YouTube rep, he was excited. I said, why? I expected them to triple down and give Markiplier an age restriction too. But they looked at Mark's video and they used that to verify my innocence.
It's funny because in that same video where Corey Kitchen is talking about YouTube's responsibilities and how different they are and they play favoritism, he got ad suitability in that video almost immediately, he said. Look, YouTube's bigger content creators can sway the platform. We know this. These are the people that drive eyes and viewers to the platform. So naturally speaking, if people were looking to do things from a business perspective, then they would honestly have some sort of favoritism baked in. It makes
I get the favoritism, but they could have just said, like, okay, in his reasoning and Omishi's reasoning, take him and they use Markiplier as the bar. Just say that he's the bar. I know they can't outright say it, but say that, oh, like, that's what we're judging gaming content on and what we expect out of it. Instead of just, looking at his video and then coming back. Because that's technically what they said. What I was saying is, like, okay, we're using his videos as the bar because he's the bigger creator. And he gives a lot of engagement, ad revenue, and eyes on the platform, as Omizi said. But when you do that, it just looked like favoritism. In his case, in Corey's case, they should have just age restricted his and been like, you know what, that was our fault. But I feel like it was just easier to just pass his along with everybody else's, because they probably have that same part in their videos, and all of those videos of people playing that game, they probably got the same part that age restricted hit. So they would have had to block all of those videos. So it was probably just more convenient for them.
It makes sense. But the problem is when these bigger channels now have this level of intimidation that they can place upon smaller channels, because at the snap of a finger, they know that they can levy their power or whatever abilities or reps that they have, or, have their audience, weaponize them all against smaller creators. And all that leaves for the smaller creator is a prayer and a tweet on Twitter that says, hey, can you blow this up? And then some automated response comes in from, I don't even know how they find these things, bots or whatever the case. Ultimately, the person that wins in these situations is even the bigger creator. And it's crazy when it happens to bigger creators, when bigger creators get sunned by bigger creators. It clearly states that there is a problem in the system and something needs to be done about it.
every single time that I come back to YouTube, I'm #1 trending for a few days, and then they find some arbitrary issue. They nitpick and they try and find something that they can incriminate me for and try to push me down. You don't believe me? What happened the last time I came back and I was #1 trending for like a week? They copyright struck me for a video that was in 2019 or something like that. Why don't these issues ever crop up when I'm not uploading? I'm not on YouTube like 9 months out of the year. Nothing ever happens until I come back and I start uploading again and I'm getting my numbers. I'm #1 trending. And then they're like, hey, we need to stop him. We need to, hey, this black man, he's getting too many views. He's getting too much exposure, too much activity.
We've also seen bigger creators leverage things like DMCA claims that say, hey, something's going on in this video. It's copywritten. They don't have my express written consent, blah, 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 blah. And say, we need to look at this person's channel and take their content away. Remember, I mentioned Fresh and Fit earlier. It's not because this is videos about Red Pill. It's because a couple of years ago, they did some of the most absurd things that are big no-nos on YouTube. They went around and started filing claims on channel after channel after channel, specifically Abba and Preach and our good friends Playback.
Fresh and Fit trying to get us out of here, my boys. This is also a warning to other channels out there as well. If y'all run into any complications, please be on the lookout, because it seems like they are trying to silence a lot of people and make sure all your videos are removed about them.
I've had my fair share of like drama on YouTube, and in most of those situations, it usually is like I'll like see something crazy and I'll call it out, and then that person I'm calling out has a problem with it. I just haven't had someone stoop down to the point where they're striking videos, and I've dealt with some bad actors before, but nothing like what I think we're seeing roll out right now. Not like this. This is like an obvious flagrant abuse of the system that is flawed.
Fresh and Fit decided to hit us with dozens of copyright claims. We saw this was probably going to end up coming. Honestly, not upset about it at all. They apologized to us for some of the comments that they made in regards to Preach's significant other. And then afterwards, recently, they decided to copyright claim the video that we did in response to their apology. So imagine being like, yo, we f***ed up, we take accountability, we're sorry. We're like, oh, this is how we feel about your apology, copyright claim.
Now, like, that's crazy though, because you this is saying ain't no fun until the rabbit got the gun. And then when these commentary channels come out and they talk about your actions and they call you out, and they happen to be as big as Abba and Preach, or, Agent and, Low. Shoot, even Cameron now, they come and call you out because they starting to get a buzz now, and then your bad behavior gets called out. Because in the comment section is whatever, bro. These people really, like, you have a voice as a commenter, right? We've seen like mass comments like have an impact on a creator, but if you moving how Fresh and Fit moving and the comments that they make on Twitter, or just Myron, like in general, the comments he make on Twitter and how he moves on the show, you gotta expect that, or you getting it from a commenter. They don't really mean nothing to you, but when people get behind it in a video from another creator calling out your bad behavior, and they're like, oh, yeah, man, that is weird. And now you got another person saying, hey, man, you see this video? They acting weird, or this is weird, or they point out all of your flaws. You should just own your stuff, man. You should just own your stuff. And then abusing. I mean, I know YouTube got something baked into where, like, if you do false copyright claims, I mean, I'm seeing it with No Jumper. I'm jumping all over the place too. But it's a channel called Point and Shoot that calls out all of the BS that goes on No Jumper, and then he's getting a lawsuit put against him for calling out the BS that they have happening on their channel, and writing copyright strikes and doing all this other stuff. So, I mean, it's a slippery slope, but something has to be. It has to be more severe and more strict for those who abuse the system to this degree, because I don't think anything Cameron said in that video was anything as severe as getting his whole video taken out, especially if it's a video that's already posted. He should not have to give up his whole entire video that he worked on when the other creator gets to have his on there. Like, I get it if he got some other stuff, blur it, take it out, censor it down a little bit, but he spent the time making that video and they just get to snatch it away because a bunch of probably younger dudes who are on Deshay's page for, you know, the reason. If you watch Deshay's content, you know, you see his stuff. You feel me? You see it. You see what he posts. He probably got a younger audience, and they're probably like, "Yeah, bro, you gonna ruin the content for us." So we about to get this dude up out of here. You know?